Hey y'all, remember me? No? I was a DISVENTURE camp YouTuber once. Okay, I know it's been a while since I've made a proper video, but one, I've been pretty unmotivated, and two, busy with a lot of personal projects, which I will be talking about later on in the future. But for now, let's get back to our normal programming. I'm sure if you've taken one look at my YouTube channel, then you'd know that I'm a big fan of the DISVENTURE camp series, and also an artist. Heck, my most popular video on this channel was me analyzing the DISVENTURE Camp All-Stars redesigns, even if those videos are pretty old. So I thought, what if I took some of the DISVENTURE Camp characters and completely redesigned them from the ground up, which has now led me to making this video, specifically on Kai. Kai is a pretty minor character featured in DISVENTURE Camp Season 2 and was the third character eliminated. Kai was mostly a bit of a gimmicky character, kinda played into the whole hippie zen stereotype. But regardless of that, I actually do really enjoy Kai. Sure, he's far from serious and doesn't really play a big role at all, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. However, one thing that I do dislike about Kai, it's his design. Now the thing is that his design isn't necessarily bad, it just doesn't suit Kai. I will say though, I do really like his hair and his earrings. I think they look really nice. But I think this outfit clashes a lot. Specifically, the colors. In my personal opinion, I think that the teal and the blue do not match with his hair at all. And that shade of grey just clashes with the design completely. Also, I just personally feel like this design doesn't exactly feel like Kai. So then I thought, how about I do my own redesign and my own reimagine of Kai? However, before we can start redesigning Kai, we need to take a moment to stop and think. What are some of Kai's key parts of his character? Well, obviously, the first answer that would come to your mind would be his label, the Zen guy. He's a calm and relaxed individual who is easy to get along with. He's a pacifist who opts to find a peaceful resolution to any sort of conflict, and he's able to sense people's energy, which allows him to get a sense of who people are. But that's not the only thing about Kai that I want to take into account when making his redesign. Another key thing about Kai that people seem to forget is that he's a survivalist. In Brokeback Mountain and onward, Kai and Maggie are surviving together in the forest with nothing but its resources. So then I thought, what if I combined both his Zen nature as well as a survivalist theme into his new design? So this is what I came up with. So let me go over the key elements of his new design. I decided to start by giving Kai a new outfit. He's now wearing 3 layers of clothing, a vest, a shirt, and a long sleeve shirt. He's also wearing a pair of shorts just above his knees, as well as a pair of hiking boots. I've also decided to give him a bum bag to wear around his shorts. And no, I don't care if America calls it a fanny pack, I'm not gonna change my pronunciation! I like to imagine that in this little bum bag he's carrying around sunflower seeds. 1, for himself to munch on, and 2, to feed the birds with. You could also imagine that he's keeping something else in there, but come on man, he doesn't do drugs. Too much. Now to his hair and face. I decided to change Kai's hairstyle just a little bit. When his hair is down, it's in a mullet, however he ties it up in order to keep the hair out of his face. To differentiate my design from the canon one, I decided to give Kai a bit of a longer ponytail from the back. However, when he was tying up his hair into a ponytail, some of the hair still fell in front of his eyes and he was too lazy to fix it. I also decided to give Kai some stubble on his face as well as hairy legs. Now to finalize the design, I gave him a couple of accessories that were made out of recycled garbage. His earrings were made from recycled zippers and his bracelet was made from recycled plastic. Now moving on to the colors. The only color that I directly took from the original design was his skin tone. Everything else I completely messed around with and picked on my own. With Kai's new color palette, I decided to choose some more muted greens and browns. I feel as if choosing a more muted color palette is a good match with Kai's calm and relaxed nature. I also decided to go for a bit of a darker grey with his sleeves, earring, and hair tie. Now, for his eyes, I've never really been a huge fan of characters who just have plain black eyes, so I decided to go with green ones to match the rest of his color palette. Not only this, but I also changed the color of his hair to be a less muted green to suit with the rest of the design. Now, before I get any comments questioning why he has a green stubble or green leg hairs, this is the same guy that had a green beard in the show canonically. And considering Sophia, Rosa Maria's daughter, canonically has purple hair and she's like 4 years old, I think it's safe to assume that in this universe, there are characters who can be born with random colored hair. And Kai's done. I'm genuinely extremely proud of this redesign, and I really hope that you all like it. Now, the main purpose for this redesign is going to be used in a rewrite of DISVENTURE Camp Season 2. My very good friend Ema Gaming has been working on this rewrite, and so far it has been amazing. Now, what does a rewrite have to do with this redesign, you may ask? Well, I'm going to be making a comic of this rewrite, and this comic will contain some redesigns of the cast. Again, a very big thank you to Ema Gaming for giving me full creative control over these redesigns. Bro is an absolute legend. Love you, homie. And you wanna know who else are legends? My supporters over on Patreon. A very big thank you to Sidespleen is the coolest, Top Ranger 237, Ema Gaming, and Lucas Lapolo. I appreciate all of your support so much, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Goodbye!